I've always liked to play with.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I thought I'd talk about the prison escape on Alcatraz, because still to this day is unsolved. Okay, so Alcatraz is a prison which is also known as The Rock. It's located in San Francisco Bay, and that's where they kept the most dangerous prisoners, I believe. So basically it's surrounded by acres of water, and basically there's no way to escape. John Anglin, Clarence Anglin and Frank Morris. So these three guys attempted to escape and make it to across the water, but not only did they have to escape the prison, but they had to figure out a way to get across the ocean in time to not get caught. On June 6th, 1962 is when they escaped. So the guards went into their cells and they found dummy heads, which, you know, they replaced to pretend that they were in their cells, which I think, by the way, is really smart. They built the dummy heads from plaster, and then they used real hair to put onto the dummy heads. So after that, the whole prison went on lockdown, and that's when they started searching for him. So obviously they had to, you know, make a plan first, because it's not something they could just do. They needed a way to get across the water, get out of their cells. So the three guys planned to escape the previous December. One of them came across a blade. So they made their own homemade drill from a motor from a broken vacuum. They all loosened the air vents in the cells by drilling at it. And then after they'd taken it off, they would find what they could, like cardboard, old suitcase, guitar, to cover the air vent. Behind the walls, once they got through, was a unguarded corridor. So they made their way down the corridor and onto the roof of their cell. That's where they made their work. They took in turns to keep a watch for the guards, and this was in the evening before the last count. So when they were making the raft, they used more than 50 raincoats to make the raft. So it was 50 raincoats for them to be able to make a raft. So they stole and gathered all of the coats and then took it to their workshop and then started building. The raft was 6 by 14 feet long. It was carefully stitched, and they were able to put it together by the steam pipes, so they would hold up the coats, steam it, so it was able to stick together. They got that idea from magazines that were in the prison, and the magazines were soon later found in their cells once they escaped. They also built wooden paddles, which was made by musical instruments, which they were then used for the raft. At the same time, they were looking for a way to escape the building because it was 30 feet high, so they needed to figure out a way to climb up, but they climbed up the pipes that were there. And then they opened the ventilator at the top of the shaft temporarily by making a fake bolt out of soap. So it looks like the ventilator was in place. Not only did they make the raft and the paddles, but they also made themselves life jackets. So yeah, they were all pretty smart, to be honest. That was a little background on what they did and to make the escape. So it was planned. It was planned well, 6 months in advance before the escape. So the raft was found, no one in it, and then also a photo from one of them which had their family on it, which would be a prized possession. So that also makes you think, would he leave that photo behind if he did make it? In my opinion, that would be a good way to make people think you didn't make it by leaving the photo behind that everyone thought that you would have taken. But that's my opinion. So yeah, the bodies Bodies were never found. The bay was searched because the bay led out to sea. So another theory could be that their bodies could have floated out to sea if they didn't make it. And there's no evidence if they made it or if they're living in different countries. So the plan was once they got across, they would steal a car, clothes, but there was no crime of any theft that day, from 3 guys. So many people say they didn't survive, and then many people said that they did survive. And I know their bodies could have been swept by sea, but I feel like they could have been found if they did drown. And obviously the photo makes it seem like they didn't make it, but in my opinion, that would have been a good idea to trick people to think that I was dead. Yeah. So in 2013, there was a letter writing to the FBI from Frank, letter from the FBI suggesting that the Anglin brothers and Frank Morris made it. The letter was made out to be written by John Anglin, and the letter read, "My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962 with my brother Clarence and Frank Morris. I'm 83 years old and in bad shape. I have cancer. Yes, we all made it that night, but barely." I'd like to think that letter was from him, and they lived a long life. I know, they were in prison for a reason, but they're smart. They were smart guys. Yeah. Letter was inconclusive, so no one knows who that letter was from, if it was from them or not. So he explained that he was the last out of the trio, so he's the last one alive. That the other 2 died in 2005 and 2008. John offered them a deal. If the authorities announced on television that he would receive 1 year jail sentence and the medical treatment he needed. Although this is the first piece of evidence that we've known about since the escape, it isn't the only other piece of evidence to show that they made it. On the night they escaped, there was a white boat on the bay, but it appeared to have someone on board shining a flashlight into the water. Police followed up the sighting and could never find the owner of the strange boat or where it went next. So that makes it seem like that could have been their way out, so maybe they went on a boat and escaped instead of making it across. I don't know. So a family member of John and Clarence Anglin, named David Widner, a nephew of John and Clarence Anglin, he told CBS, "My grandmother received roses for several years after the escape." So if he still sent his wife roses, it still could have been him sending his wife roses for the next several years. But it's just something we'll never know. The prison was closed permanently in 1963, after 1 year after the men vanished. So today is a place for tourists, where they like to see the site and, see where the story of the Anglin brothers were. So in the prison now, there's the hole, so the hole that they made, to go for the vent. Everything's still there. It's a place to see, where they dug from their cells. I mean, I would like to go there because I want to see the prison. But yeah, this is still one of the greatest escapes of all time, and it's left unsolved. So I really want to know what happened though. So now I'm going to give you my opinion to what I think happened. I mean, I like to think that they made it across. Actually, with all the evidence, I think they made it, because if they didn't make it themselves, they could have had help. And yeah, the photograph of the family doesn't throw me off, because I feel like that would be I don't know, it could be, but in my opinion I feel like that would be a good way to put people off, to be like, oh, he wouldn't leave that behind, it's a possession of his, like, yeah. But then also to like never contact your family again after the escape, I don't know, but maybe, because you know the roses were still sent to one of their wives. But yeah, so that's the mystery and the unsolved crime of Alcatraz prison escape. So let me know what you guys think. So yeah, I like to think that they made it. So I'd like to know you guys' opinions. And yeah, if you want another unsolved mystery and want to know about another crime, or I don't know, it doesn't have to be a crime, it could be like I don't know. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think happened to them. Yeah, as like I said, I really hope they made it, but I don't know. And if you enjoyed this like video, then maybe I could start a series on doing like unsolved mysteries. And yeah, so please leave a like, and please don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.
I've always liked to play with